You're listening to Orlando Credit Union's On the Money. I'm your host, Kaylee Green, and today I'm joined by Orlando Credit Union's branch manager, Capricia Birch. Hi, Capricia.
Hi, Kaylee.
How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm excited that we have you on today because I think it's so important to represent all of our different branches. So today we're talking about becoming an Orlando Credit Union member, which of course is very important when you're working in those branches on the floor with those members face to face. So before we talk about how to become a member, the benefits of becoming a member, and the importance of it, tell us a little bit about your background in the financial industry.
Okay, so I have been in the financial industry 13 years now. Most of that has actually been with Orlando Credit Union. So started as like a part-time teller and worked my way into management now. So it's been quite of a journey, but I definitely love the credit union experience versus the banking experience.
What do you like about working with a credit union specifically?
It's very home-based. Like, it feels like family. And you'll hear the members actually say that when they walk in. They're like, this feels like home. So I like that friendliness because I have that friendly atmosphere and personality. And so as a result, I want the members to feel the same way when they walk in.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I hear a lot. That's a repeated theme that I typically hear from a lot of the people who are on the floor working with members, talking to them face to face. Obviously, in marketing, I'm behind the scenes a little bit. So I want to talk about exactly what that atmosphere brings, but also what a credit union is. I feel like sometimes people don't know. They just think a credit union is like a bank, but there is a difference. So explain that difference.
So a credit union is a not-for-profit cooperative where the members are the owners. So if you have an account with us, you are the owner versus a bank. But, we can get into those details later. As far as with the membership, as I said, you're going to feel trusted. You're going to feel at home. It's a more intimate setting. And so you can get that personalized feeling. And that's really why we exist as credit unions, is to personalize our products and services for them.
So what makes somebody eligible to become a member at Orlando Credit Union? It sounds like you say members are the owners. That sounds like, well, what do I have to do to make that happen?
Totally makes sense. So that is an account holder, as most would know it. For Orlando Credit Union, for you to become a member, you would end up either living, working, worshiping in one of 8 counties. So there's Osceola, Seminole, Lake, Polk, Volusia, Brevard, Hillsborough, and Orange. And so if you don't meet that qualification, we do have another way around it where if you have a family member that is a member already, you can qualify through them. And if not, we do have the Orlando Credit Union Foundation, charitable foundation, where you can make a nominal donation and you can become a member through there.
Yeah. So, and that's a new thing that we have initiated into the credit union, which I think is really cool because, there is always that question of, well, I don't live in Orlando. So can I become an Orlando Credit Union member? So I like, of course, that we have the charitable foundation, but something else I want to touch on because you made me think of it when you were talking about all the different counties that you would need to live, work or worship in, is that we have opportunities for people who might live in Orlando and who travel outside of Orlando with shared branching. I think that's really cool too, because I think that's the concern is, well, if I go to a big bank, there's one on every corner. What about a local credit union, especially locally to Orlando?
Yeah, so absolutely. That share branching system, essentially it includes over 5,000 credit unions. And so whether you're locally, meaning like within your state or out of state, you can go on a portal, put in a zip code, an address, and you can look up ATMs, freestanding banks, or credit unions, that you could attend in order to make a deposit, a withdrawal. Maybe you need a cashier's check, but you're just not near us. So essentially we make it convenient where the bank, like you said, you can find one on every corner. But in this case, with the credit union, you don't. But we are partnered together to make that convenience for our members and theirs as well.
And that's really, really good news, I think, for people who are thinking of becoming a credit union member. Because like you said, there are so many benefits to it, especially with that person-to-person connection that you might not necessarily get. So speaking of banks, how does a credit union differ from a bank? I know we've touched on what makes a credit union unique, but what what is that difference?
So the first thing that stands out for me, I would say, is the ownership. With a credit union, the owners are the members, as we discussed. Versus the banks, it is owned by the shareholders. So just like a bank that people may know, we offer the same financial services and products, but we as a credit union customize it, personalize it really and truly for our member base. So that's why there's so many different credit unions. So there is a member base, and so you'll find one that fits you. Versus a bank, they're just basically trying to make a profit for their shareholders. So it doesn't necessarily come with that personalized feel to meet your needs always.
Yeah. And I think that's so important, especially in this day and age. I feel like you're always looking, everything is like so automated now.
Yes.
So finding some place where you have a connection. And I feel like money is so personal. Your finances are so personal. So
Yes.
you want to be with somebody who you feel like you can trust.
Yes, definitely.
So you just mentioned that we do offer those same products and services that big banks offer. Walk us through the different types of accounts and services available at Orlando Credit Union.
So we have deposit accounts, we have consumer loans that would include credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, RVs, mortgages. You could do home equities. You're seeking to repair your home. We have kids accounts. We have IRAs. We have money markets. We have high yield certificates. I can go on and on, but essentially anything that you probably have heard of as far as in a financial institution, we offer it.
And how do rates differ with credit unions and banks?
So definitely, when it comes to lending, you definitely want to come to your credit union because you do end up getting a competitive rate. A lot of times it's significantly lower. So who doesn't want to have a savings? And then in addition, we'll also give you a higher earning on your money on deposit. So if you want to gain a little bit more than maybe what your bank is giving you, if you're even with one, you can definitely seek out your local credit union and see what they're offering. Because I could tell you right now, we're the best.
Well, I trust that opinion. And, who doesn't want better rates and who doesn't want a better connection with the people that they're putting their finances towards? So obviously, we've talked about the fact that you want that connection. And our credit union specifically, our tagline, if you will, is #investing in you. That's really what is at the forefront of our mind. It's on our logo t-shirt right now. So it's a really important factor within our credit union specifically. How do you think Orlando Credit Union is investing in their members? How are you doing it in the branches? How are you seeing the people you're working with doing that every day?
Yeah, we definitely take that, as I said, personalized approach when it comes to investing in our members. As I said, we kind of touched on it a little bit when it came to the rates and when it came to the funds on deposit. We offer podcasts where members can learn more information. We have seminars that we put on to also invest in them where they're maybe buying a home for the first time and get that education piece. You get to meet someone one-on-one and really get that knowledge and information that you're really seeking. And sometimes people just don't know where to start. And so it's kind of rewarding when you say someone comes in, they come to the credit union, they're asking for Capricia or anyone on the team and saying, hey, go see them. They're probably the person that can guide you in the right direction. So that always speaks volumes when you get directed that way.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool. I'm sure you have so many testimonials of people coming in and not knowing where to start or what to do. Are there any that stand out to you when you think about it? Like anyone maybe coming in needing a loan or something like that?
Definitely. We get a lot of young people who are starting maybe credit for the first time and they're not sure how to go about it. We can put them in a shared secure loan that can basically assist them in building credit for the first time without their parents, or going to college, getting married. So many times we get those custom questions where they are in their life. I've met people where they were in Little League and now they're, past graduated from college and into, getting married. So all those needs change over time. And so it's kind of exciting to see those differences. But I would say it's a encompassing of all those things.
That's so cool. And you saying that you're like watching people grow up and turning into, members on their own aside from their
Yes.
families. And I have friends who are part of credit unions because their parents were in that credit
Right.
union. And I
Yes.
think that's what's so special about a credit union specifically is it really is like a generational thing. Like you
Agree.
stay with that credit union because you have that connection to it.
Right.
So I think that's really cool. And then obviously you mentioned that, we offer different ways that we can help people. We also work with companies that offer help for people. So talk to us a little bit about Green Path Financial, My Credit Score, things that are very helpful for people who
Yeah.
might need that help, might be feeling like they're in a place where they're stuck or they put themselves in a situation where,
Correct.
they have a lot of debt now that they need to get out of.
Absolutely. So, as you said, Green Path will assist anyone in like financial challenges. So maybe it's beyond what we can assist them with in the branches. So I love that Green Path is an option for someone to go and seek getting out into that financial freedom that we all seek in our lives. It happens, life throws some things at you and you've gotten into a rut where you're stuck. So Green Path will take that personalized experience and say, this is what you need to do. I've had a few members that have gone through it and shockingly, they've already finished. And so they've come back to us and we're assisting them in other needs and other ways because now they're more on a path of saving. And so they're, looking at our CD rates and saying, okay, well, how can I build more based on where they are in their life? As far as we also offer My Credit Score, which is an option through our online banking. It's free of charge to our members. And essentially what it is that you can look at your credit report and keep up with it. See the changes that are happening. Know what your credit score is. There's power in knowing and knowledge in anything. There's a stimulator option where you can say, okay, well, if I added this particular loan, how would it affect my credit score?
That's
Or
cool.
if I was to pay off a certain amount of debt, how would this affect my score? So, because maybe your goal is to maybe purchase a home or a car. And so you want that buying power through your credit score because your credit score means a lot in this, in everything that you do. And then there's another product that we offer. It's for our credit card holders. It's called ID Navigator and it's powered by LifeLock. And essentially, unfortunately, we're in the times where people are always getting threatened with their identity.
Yep.
And so it's nice to have that option where you can know where an inquiry was made on your credit or if a new account was open and you did not open it. It's good to get ahead of things in the beginning so that you can feel like, okay, let me get rid of this before it does damage to my credit. So I love that feature and all those products are so essential for anyone depending on where they are in their life or just forever because the ID Navigator is something that you should never turn off. You should continually have that so you can know what's going on at all times.
That's really cool. And it's important to remember that, we do have all those features to really help protect because this is the generation where I feel like people are getting scammed left and right. I mean, those phone calls are happening all the time.
Yes.
So not only, are we putting those measures in place to protect people, but we're also really trying to work to make people aware of it. I know, from my end, obviously you're working member to member, but even in the marketing side, I know that we're really working to try to make people aware of it, doing podcast interviews with people in our organization who are really getting ahead of that. Obviously, we have that member service center that's available for you to call. So if you are concerned about that, somebody's there to talk to you.
Yes.
So I think those are all really important things to consider as well if you want to become a credit union member.
Yeah, definitely.
Why would you suggest to someone to become a credit union member? If somebody came to you and they were like, should I do it? What would you say?
Well, I'm definitely going to say yes. I mean, I work for a credit union, so it's a little biased, but absolutely. If you are looking for the family atmosphere, something that feels personalized and special to you, that you can grow with, your family can grow with, definitely come to a credit union. We know you by name most of the time. Nothing feels more special than when you walk into a room and feel like a superstar because someone recognized you or maybe knew what you wanted or how you like something. So it speaks volumes to show just how much we've done for our members and where they can grow, and it's just personalized for them, but wherever they are in their life, and wherever financial status they are in their life. So come see us.
I know. I love that. I always think like Hallmark movies, small town vibes. Like
it's that.
But you're in a big city. So I think that's what's the coolest part. I know there have been times where, I am going to a coffee shop so regularly that they start to know my order.
Yeah.
And I love it because I feel like, okay, I want to go back there now.
Exactly.
And that's literally what it is.
And that's what you'll get.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today,
you.
Capricia. So to learn more about Orlando Credit Union and becoming a member, you can head to our website at orlandocreditunion.org, or you can make an appointment in one of our branches to find out more. Until next time, we're investing in you. Orlando Credit Union is providing this podcast as a public service. The information provided is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of Orlando Credit Union policy. Reference to any specific product does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by the credit union. Views and opinions expressed by Orlando Credit Union employees are those of the employees and do not necessarily reflect the views of the credit union or any of its officers. Orlando Credit Union is not providing any financial, economic, legal, accounting, or tax advice or recommendations in this podcast.